Since it began filming in November 2020, Series 13 of Doctor Who has been eagerly anticipated by fans all over the world. The production is also a lot different to Series 11 and 12, since there have been a lot of photos and stories leaking through the grapevine due to public filming and anonymous whistleblowers. Since the series is only a few months away from airing, I decided to collate some of these leaks and reveal some of my own insider knowledge I have gathered from a vast network of sources throughout the BBC. So beware of spoilers, because what I'm here to tell you today is going to change everything. So this is your last chance to click away. Okay, you've been warned. As Sonic the Hedgehog's famous catchphrase goes, here we go! Number 1. These pictures have been circulating for quite a long time, but one thing nobody seems to have picked up on is the huge overhaul of the 13th Doctor's outfit. Fans have always been asking for a change to her costume, and it seems as though the BBC has finally listened. It's an unconventional choice for a coat compared to her old one, so it makes you wonder whether it's designed to make her fit in with brand new companion Dan, who also sports a similar coat. It definitely gives you a new impression of the Time Lord. We've never had anything like this before, so I wonder how they'll introduce it in the show. In Series 11, she went to a charity shop, but this coat looks brand new, which makes me think she's going to walk into a mountain warehouse and buy it at a discounted price thanks to Dan's extensive social links in Liverpool. Number 2. In this picture a lot of people have overlooked, you can see the production crew unloading something from the back of a van. You might not notice anything strange about this image, but that's because they've done a very good job hiding what's underneath this cleverly placed towel. If you look very closely and zoom in, you can see it's clearly the Wirrn from the classic story The Ark in Space. It's hard to see, so I'm not surprised people haven't spotted it, but it's clear that they have something very big planned if they're going to such lengths to hide it. It's a strange choice for a returning villain, but we'll have to see what happens. Number 3. Series 12 brought back classic characters like Mr. Jadoon, and Series 13 will be no different, since Strax has been pictured on set dressed in a brand new outfit. It makes you wonder what could have changed to make him ditch the butler outfit and what happened to Venny and Jastra, since this is modern day and they were based in the Edwardian times. So we'll just have to wait and see what mischief Strax is up to this time. 4. Speaking of returning characters, this image took the fanbase by storm when it was first released. As you can see, they're doing a lot of filming by the seafront, which can only mean one thing. Iconic monsters the Sea Devils are finally coming back to Doctor Who. A lot of people expected them to appear in Series 12 and were very disappointed, so it's clear the production team paid attention and are making sure to put them in this time. Number 5. Another image that sent shockwaves through the fanbase is this creepy looking guy wearing a sinister airsoft mask. Due to his all black appearance, a lot of fans think this might be world famous villain Shadman from the classic Tom Baker story Armageddon Day, but this couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, it's clear that this is actually former companion Adric, who barely survived his injuries after crashing into prehistoric Earth, and now has to rely on a robotic suit with breathing apparatus to survive as he hunts down the Doctor through time and space for revenge. Number 6. Rumours are strife that the 13th Doctor is going to regenerate back into David Tennant at the climax of the series. But what you might not have noticed online is how much advertising Lady Christina has had recently. Why would so much attention be put on this random one-off character from an episode that came out 12 years ago? Well, if you trawl back through the internet long enough, this video leaked from the filming of Series 13. It may be hard to see with all the pixels, but if you look closely you can see that there is a big red bus. And who do we know that owns a big red bus? That's right, Lady Christina is coming back for Series 13, and according to some leaks I've seen, she is going to run the Doctor over by accident, causing the first ever accidental regeneration in an unprecedented break from tradition. Number 7. At the end of Series 12 there was a groundbreaking twist as we found out the Doctor is actually the Timeless Child, the founder of Gallifrey. A leaked storyline overview for Series 13 appeared online, and it suggests the appearance of a mysterious figure named Omega from Gallifrey's past. Given how big Star Wars is at the moment, this can't be a coincidence. So all the signs point to an unprecedented crossover between the franchises by bringing in Bad Batch character Omega over to Doctor Who. What role will she play? I guess only time will tell. But as we know, the Star Wars universe is a long time in the past, so it's definitely possible that she found herself on Gallifrey at some point, which would make for a very interesting revelation. Number 8. In this picture you can clearly see a Dalek on the set, sporting a similar design to their 2 previous appearances in the New Year's Day specials. There have always been rumblings of a 3rd episode to cap off a Dalek trilogy like there was in Classic Who, so this seems to support that theory, although I wonder how it will relate to previous stories. We might even see Davros, although this is unlikely because he's such an obscure part of Doctor Who history that it probably won't resonate with fans. Number 9. Earlier this year, there was a huge leak from the production office, and the titles for every single Series 13 episode appeared on the dark web. Thanks to my contacts, I was able to track them down, so we'll quickly go through them here. Episode 1, The Pirate Beach. Episode 2, Doc and Dan. Episode 3, Attack of the Gex. Episode 4, Adventures in Kikassia. Episode 5, The Omega Conspiracy. Episode 6, 75159 Lego Death Star. Episode 7, 50 unedited minutes of Chris Chibnall staring into your soul. And lastly, Episode 8, The Regeneration Games. These are all fascinating titles, with some of them giving away some major spoilers for the episodes, but we'll have to wait and see whether they're actually hiding the true plot elements behind misleading titles. Number 10. This one is a massive spoiler, so make sure to click away if you want to keep the finale a surprise. Ever since Series 11 began, many fans have wanted the Doctor and Yaz to hook up, even creating the ship name Thasmin. Series 13 is going to go ahead and make them a proper couple with their own storyline. However, in the dramatic finale, it will be revealed that Yaz is actually carrying a parasite that feeds off negativity, so the Doctor was actually feigning attraction to pacify the creature and save Yaz. This causes the heartbroken Yaz to leave out of anger, only for it to turn out that the Doctor has also been infected. So with the loss of Yaz, she succumbs to her injury and regenerates in a sad ending much like Doomsday, where it's ambiguous whether the Doctor actually did love Yaz in return. Number 11. There has been a lot of talk about the early development of the 60th anniversary special and whether Chris Chibnall or Jodie Whittaker will even be involved. According to my very well connected sources, neither of them will be. Instead, it will be an unprecedented new style of episode, written by a secret deep learning AI named Benedict Roxana Jr. II. The special will tell a story without the Doctor or a companion. Instead, it will be all about the incarnations of the Timeless Child and a division introduced at the end of Series 12. These incarnations will vary from newly popular actors like Ollie Alexandra to a CGI Peter Cushing, so it will be the most ambitious ensemble in Doctor Who history, including a surprising on-screen appearance of Chibnall himself, playing one of the Morbius Doctors. Everything I've heard points to this being a complete reboot of the show's canon, and the BBC are very excited about the prospects it will lead to. 12. It's been widely reported that the BBC has been impacted heavily by budget cuts, and have been resorting to copyright claiming YouTubers in order to pay for Series 13. But this was actually a smokescreen, because they have been allocating these funds into revolutionary medical science, allowing them to resurrect former Doctor Who writer Robert Wholmes after his body had been frozen in stasis. The plan is for Wholmes to become the next showrunner and handle the new reboot of the show. It's part of why they've been so quiet about Chibnall's future, since they're waiting to make the big reveal after COVID has settled down. Otherwise, they'll face criticism for their use of funds during such a major global economic crisis. 13. There's a lot of speculation that the Master will come back after being featured heavily in Series 12. This makes sense based on his importance in those episodes, but what people don't expect is who plays the Master. Chibnall loved the surprise reveal and wants to emulate it, but he knows that won't work a second time. This means he has recast the role to someone a little closer to home, someone under our noses this entire time. You see, the word Master has 6 letters, and do you know what other name has 6 letters? Daniel, which is shortened to, you guessed it, Dan. You heard it here first, John Bishop is the Master. And I'd like to give an extra special thank you to all my gold level patrons: Alex Marston, Calvin, Daniel Shillito, Fallon Cortez, Franz Horn aka Line Vortex, George, Herna Verzog, John and Stefan Never Miller.